Stoichiometry of reactions. Stoichiometry of reactions. Now, what is stoichiometry of reactions? Now, stoichiometry basically means calculating the amount of what? Substance that is what? Reacting. That's stoichiometry. So we have here the calculation of the amounts. And when we talk about amount, you're looking at the number of moles or the grams. The calculation of what? Amounts of what? Reactants and products in a chemical what? Reaction. So the last time we looked at balancing chemical reaction. Okay, so now we know that in a chemical equation we have the reactant side and we have the product side. So when we talk about stoichiometry, we are trying to find out, okay, how much of the reactants are reacting, or how much of the reactant will I need to react to form a particular amount of what? Products. So stoichiometry is basically the study of how much of a substance will need to be reacted to form a desired what? Products. That's what stoichiometry is what all about. So it means that in stoichiometry of reactions, we are basically going to be calculating different amount of what? Different substances. That's what we're basically going to be looking at. So this part of chemistry is calculation inclined. So now let's get to the business of the day. First of all, let's write a question on the board. Now, as you can see on the screen, we have a question there. The question says, who can tell me what the question is saying? So now, we have calculates the mass of solid particles. Is it particles that we have there? Okay, solid products rather. Calculate the mass of solid products when 16.8 gram of what? NaHCO3 is heated strongly. Now, first of all, what do? They say calculate the mass of solid products when 16.8 gram of NaHCO3 is heated what? Strongly. We should calculate the mass of what? Solid products. So basically, what are they saying? They are saying that the reactant in this case is NaHCO3. Okay? And then they are asking us, after having given us the mass of that reactant, which is 16.8 gram, they're asking us for what? The mass of the product that will be formed when this NaHCO3 reacts. Okay? So, first of all, in this kind of situation, you write the chemical what? Equation. See, let me tell you something. In chemistry, chemical equation is very, very what? Important. It's key in anything you are doing. So that's why you must master writing and balancing chemical equation. Refer back to my last class on writing and balancing chemical equation so that you know how to write and balance chemical equation. So now let's go. Remember, we said that first of all, you just write it. So we have NaHCO3. They said, look at the question, calculate the mass of solid products. Solid product. They did not tell us the name of the product. When 16.8 gram of NaHCO3 is heated. When you hear heated, that means oxygen is involved. So this one is what? Heated. That means it reacts with what? Oxygen. Are we following? Now, let's look at the product that will be formed. What do I do now? Do I clean it off? It's heated. Now, if it is heated, that means it's broken. So when we break this down, let's see. Na is Na plus, H plus, CO3 2 minus. Now let me explain how this came about. Na is sodium, right? And the atomic number of sodium is 11, right? Now, in sodium, we have in the first share 2 electrons, in the second share 8 electrons, and in the third share 1 electron, right? Now, that third share electron, which is the outermost share electron or the valence electron, can be easily given out, right? So that's why we have plus here, because it can easily give out. And how many can it give out? One, which is only one that is there. That's why we have only one plus here. Now, H plus, oxygen, there's a way it behaves. Sometimes it's H plus, sometimes it's what? Minus. Okay, when it's an hydride, it's minus. But when it's in other form, is what? Plus. So we now have what? H plus. Then CO3. CO3. This is an acid what? Anhydride. Is what? 2 minus. That's why these two are able to combine like this. Why? 2 minus, that means this one needs what? 2 electrons. Plus plus, this one can give 1, this one can give 1. So two of them can give their 2. That's why they're able to combine with this CO3. Exactly. Such that when they combine, oxidation number is what? 0. We'll get to oxidation number later. So now this is what we have. Now, when you heat this substance, that is, you break it down, what do you now successfully form? You now have what we call, we have CO2. We are disintegrating it now. You have CO2, you have H2O, and then you have what? H2O, CO2, they're out. So what else do we have left? We still have Na left. Which other one again do we have left? O2O is 3, H2. We have H2 here. Okay. And then we know that Na can form Na2CO3. Yes, Na2CO3. So if we have Na2CO3 here, we have H2 here, we have CO2. That means we need to balance this chemical equation. So Na2CO3, sodium is 2. So sodium is 2. We have 2 sodium here. Then hydrogen is 2. We have 2 hydrogen here. Then this CO2 appears twice. So the first one is here. Then the second one, we have CO2 and what? O. So this is the chemical what? Equation. Now, having done that, remember we are trying to look for what? The mass of solid products. Solid product. Now let's come to this side, this product side. This is the product side. Now in this product side, which one is the what? Which one is solid? First of all, know that CO2 is gas, carbon dioxide, which we breathe out. So CO2 is gas, H2O is liquid. So this is the what? Solid. So now they say we should calculate the mass of this one. Remember, is the product, the mass of solid product. So this is the solid in the product side. And the mass of this one, when 16.8 gram of this one is what? Heated, right? So what do we do? This is how you do it. You compare the molar mass and the reacting mass. This 16.8 gram is the reacting mass of this reactant. Reacting mass. There's even between reacting mass and what? Molar mass. Molar mass is the entire mass of the what? Substance. The total mass of the substance. While reacting mass is just a fraction, a part of that what? Total mass. Are we following now? So now, how do we get the what? Molar mass of what? This substance. Now, to to get the molar mass, you do what? You take the what? Mass number of the individual what? Element. This 2 is affecting everything. That's why we have 2 here, open bracket. Na is what? The mass is 23, plus hydrogen is 1, plus C is 12, plus this O3, 16 is oxygen, times how many oxygen? 3. That's for this. Then for this one, we have how many? We have Na is 23. How many? Na we have times 2, plus C is 12, plus O is 16. How many? Times 3. Then now let's go 2. So 23 plus 1 is what? That will give us 24. 24 plus 12, that will give us what? 24, 12, that's 46. Sorry, 24, 12, that's 36. Plus 16 times 3, that's 48. Close the bracket. Gram. Remember, it's the molar mass we are looking for. 23 times 2 is 46. Plus 12 plus 48. 4 grams. So we have 36 plus 12, that will give us what? So we have 84 gram, which is 46 plus 12, that's 58. 58 plus 48, that's 106 gram. This times this, we have 8, 2 times 8, 16, 168 gram. So 168 gram. So the molar mass of this reactant is 168 gram, while the molar mass of this solid product is 106 gram. Remember, we are comparing what? Molar mass to reacting mass. Now, for this reactant, now the reacting mass they gave us was 16.8 gram. Then did they give us the reacting mass of this? No, that's what they asked us to look for. They calculate the mass of solid product. This is the product. This is the solid in the product side. So we have to look for the what? Reacting mass of this. So let's say X. Now, of course, our usual normal mathematics will say we'll cross multiply. So what do we have? We have 168 X, because cross multiply 168 times X is 168X, to 16.8 times what? 106 gram. Now, X, that is the reacting mass, and now the what? You divide those out by 168. So we have 16.8 times 106 gram over what? 168. So when you do the calculation, you will now get to know what is the mass of the solid product that is formed when NaHCO3 is heated. Alright, do well to subscribe to our channel so that you can get more videos and get better understanding of different concepts in chemistry.